So I'll be speaking today on NFTs, Tulip Mania or Digital Renaissance. I'm a PhD candidate at the University of British Columbia in Canada in electrical and computer engineering. And then my co-authors are interdisciplinary, Dr. Edmond Cretu, who's my supervisor in electrical engineering, and Dr. Victoria Lemieux, who's from the iSchool and is the blockchain at UBC cluster head. So I'd like to begin this discussion by sort of placing NFTs within the art market context over the last couple of years. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, there's been a significant contraction in sales from 2019, a 22% drop from 64.4 billion USD to just over 50 million in 2020. However, online sales more than doubled from 6 billion to 12.4 billion. And increased most significantly in market share from 9% in 2019 to 25% in 2020. And although the final numbers aren't out yet, this number has widely increased in 2021 due to, in large measure, NFTs. And so in terms of market capitalization since their inception in 2018, NFTs have followed a similar exponential growth route as major cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum is what most NFTs are based upon. And Art Price recently profiled the average NFT purchaser as being a 38-year-old millennial, a member of the crypto elite who benefited from this exponential increase in cryptocurrency, was 75% new to the art market and predominantly collecting crypto art. To discuss what NFTs are, NFTs stand for non-fungible token, a unique digital object that is certified on the blockchain. The emphasis is on tradability and the ability to transfer ownership, but also trace these unique assets. And they may correspond to physical objects or be purely digital. This is in contrast with cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, which are considered fungible tokens. They're still tradable, but they are considered interchangeable. And NFTs and cryptocurrencies more broadly fall under the study of tokenomics. One historic example is in the Middle Ages, where a monarch would exchange a token ring, a signet ring, for a piece of land. The ring represented the land. But more recently, tokenomics has really been referred to with regards to cryptocurrency. And in terms of unique assets, notable landmarks include the introduction in 2012 of colored coins, Bitcoins, that, like traditional coin collecting, had higher value than just their face value. But NFTs really kicked off at the end of 2017 with the introduction of Cryptokitties by Dapper Labs here in Vancouver. And so they were introduced in November. And this is the trading and breeding of purely digital cat avatars. And by December, it's reported that over 25% of all Ethereum traffic was Cryptokitties, which necessitated an overhaul of Ethereum, but also the introduction in January 2018 of the first NFT token standard, ERC 721. As you saw, there was steady growth since 2018, but what really kicked off NFT mania was the Beeple Everyday Sale, the first 5,000 days, which was sold at Christie's auction house for $69.3 million US, which represented the third highest sale by a living artist. And that was on March 11th of this year. And Christie's had always had a stake in the NFT game. They hosted their first Art and Tech Summit in 2018, and they were the first to capitalize on, in the traditional art world, capitalize on this NFT craze. Although Sotheby's followed later in July of this year, and also successfully, but not to the same degree. So when we think of NFTs, certainly in the early days, most NFTs have been very mnemonic, such as Nyan Cat or Grimes, who was Elon Musk's partner, successfully leveraged about $6 million in NFTs in February of this year before the craze really took off. Jack Dorsey sold his first tweet for around $3 million. and the source code of the internet was also auctioned at Sotheby's. So really this internet ephemera and in the realm of what would be considered crypto art, and which is very self-referential to blockchains and the internet itself. But moving beyond just this more niche interest area, NFTs have grown in such popularity to the point that Art Review recently issued, when they issued their Power 100 Most Influential People in Art for this year, actually listed the ERC 721 NFT token standard as the most influential. And as I mentioned, Ethereum was the first to offer the ability to trade these unique tokens. And as such, they have resulted in essentially a technological lock-in, although other cryptocurrencies can offer similar token standards. For instance, Tron, which is a Singaporean-based cryptocurrency, does have that functionality. But the combination of this early advantage and also the implementation of smart contracts, which mirror traditional contract law, to both like certify the NFT sale and then also a significantly of interest to the art community is its offer of artist resale right, which is automatically locked in, has meant that that Ethereum is the platform of choice. And the artist resale right on NFTs is seen as sort of democratizing art to a certain extent. It's much higher than even places like the EU, which is only up to 4% and is capped, whereas Canada and the US don't have artist resale right, especially after the closing of the California resale right. So this slide is to present an overview of some of the most popular and highest value NFT selling platforms. Nifty Gateway, which sold the Grimes $6 million NFT, is quite unique in the sense that it's based around credit cards with some Ethereum, whereas most other platforms are solely cryptocurrency based. It is adjudicated for creators, and for successful sales takes 20% of the total sale, which is still lower than most auction houses or galleries. Again, it has the built-in artist resale right, which the creator is allowed to specify between 5 to 50% of the resale of their work. 5% goes to the platform. OpenSea is the largest NFT selling platform, and it's more analogous to an eBay scenario. It accepts multiple different cryptocurrencies, most notably Ethereum, and it's non-juried, although there is a referral bonus for people already on the platform who bring in new artists. It takes a low 2.5% of the platform cut and offers up to 10% artist resale right to its creators. And then Super Rare is one of the oldest NFT platforms, also Ethereum based, also adjudicated. It charges for the minting or creation of the NFT and takes 15% of the platform cut, and again offering artist resale right of 10% to the creator and 3% back to the platform. And here are some visual representations of notable high value NFTs that have sold on these platforms. Just recently on December 7th, Nifty Gateway sold a series of NFTs, 28,000 approximately, that generated almost 92 million, called Merge, which was sort of these growing orbs. Whereas on OpenSea, one of their highest sales has been of CryptoPunks 7,804, which was sold for 7.6 million earlier this year. CryptoPunks were an early proto NFT that was a limited run of 10,000 that were freely available for anyone with a crypto wallet to claim, but they've subsequently been resold for thousands to millions, as I'll show a bit more later. And then on Super Rare, they offered an NFT version of the Time magazine cover designed by Beeple, who is the one who sold the 5,000 days at Christie's auction house. and that generated 2.6 million on October 6th. So I'd like to sort of discuss some of the inherent challenges in blockchains and for NFTs, beginning with this example of a CryptoKitty. So the CryptoKitty and NFTs in general are not the thing themselves. It's not a cat. It's just representative of a cat or the object itself. And one of the main issues with NFTs from their very inception is that while the NFT contract is certified on blockchain through smart contracts, in that contract is provided a link to an off-chain NFT. And these off-chain NFTs are not subject to the same rigor as the blockchain. Often they can be hosted just on websites, which can become defunct. And even sort of decentralized storage solutions, such as interplanetary file systems, which use peer-to-peer seeding similar to a torrent, are not foolproof because they still rely on the popularity of the file being stored to maintain access. So this problem is called the broken link problem, and there's a dedicated website, Check My NFT, to monitoring whether NFTs have become defunct, essentially. And as you can see from many of the early NFTs, which are mememic and widely copied, if this link is broken, it is difficult to establish ownership of what is the official copy and the usage rights and resale rights associated with it. Furthermore, as NFTs have moved from the early adopter technocrat stage into a more mainstream audience, there are technological barriers to engaging, starting with the fact that NFTs always require a crypto wallet to house the NFT, and also to house any cryptocurrency. Even Nifty Gateway, which predominantly uses credit cards, still requires a crypto wallet such as MetaMask. And one of the major issues with these crypto wallets is that a private key must be kept secure, and if this key, which is just a long hash of hexadecimal numbers, is lost or compromised, then the wallet is impenetrable. And this has even been explored or experienced by early adopters, but is an increasing issue as more and more people engage in this world. And also, people are not as used to just, I guess, the rapidity of doing transactions, as there was an example just a couple of days ago of someone who was trying to sell an NFT for $300,000 and sold it for $3,000. Furthermore, cryptocurrency is volatile, which many early adopters enjoy because of the potential gains, but all users must invest in this, and the market there's no market control for such a volatile asset. And furthermore, although NFTs are guaranteed their authenticity on chain, most NFT platforms don't guarantee authenticity or the rights of ownership for the media that is first generated into the NFT, particularly on more of an open platform such as OpenSea. And this is an issue that many artists complained about as soon as NFTs became more popular, that their digital art was being minted into NFTs and sold without their permission. Finally, and of great importance in 2021, is the proof of work consensus mechanism used for Bitcoin and Ethereum to generate new blocks is incredibly energy intensive, on the order of countries, and is sort of considered burning energy for no real purpose, or that there's much energy that's wasted. Ethereum has stated their intention to move to what's known as proof of stake, which avoids this problem by getting users to stake a certain amount, in this case 32 Ethereum, to become validators that are randomly chosen to verify transactions and therefore avoid the waste problem. But initially they were supposed to migrate this December, and now they've pushed that to June of next year. So it remains to be seen how they will adapt, as it requires a lot of changes. But looking forward beyond just the mimemic crypto art, galleries, libraries, archives, and museums have started to engage in the crypto art, in the NFT world. Most notably, the British Museum has offered a limited run of Hokusai NFT prints as NFT that are based on an exhibition of these prints. And the ICA Miami has been offered one of the CryptoPunks, as I mentioned, for inclusion in their collection. And so one of the challenges is, how do you actually house and display that NFT going forward? Furthermore, the Hermitage has been very proactive in NFTs, beyond just offering NFTs of their classical works such as the Madonna and Child. They recently had a fully digital exhibition called the Ethereal Ether, which was based on the St. Petersburg Stock Exchange, but housed 38 different NFTs that anyone could engage with online. And the FEETC has also created NFT copies of some of their notable works, including Michelangelo and Caravaggio. And they've specifically stated that this was in a means of working towards the shortfalls resulting from COVID-19 and taking care of their broader collection through these sales. In terms of what we see as the future of NFTs and where my research direction is going, it's looking at the increased emphasis on creating a digital twin of physical high-value artworks, such as is being done in these institutions, and specifically utilizing the blockchain's ability to offer append-only, tamper-resistant, decentralized records for provenance tracking, and in that way support collection digitization, which has only increased in both activity and need since COVID began and we were unable to access physical collections as much. And furthermore, institutions such as the Hermitage, with what they call the Celestial Hermitage, have stated their intentions to create essentially a digital twin of themselves on the blockchain and engage with their artworks in that manner, but also be able to attest to decentralized certificates of authenticity. And then finally, as I alluded to before, NFTs and the use of NFTs just as tokens of any art, not just crypto art, is only going to increase the democratization of the art world through increased online sales, which are location agnostic, but also by offering new financial models of support for artists. So thank you for attending the presentation, and I welcome questions.